Lights up. Taxi park sounds, the honking, shouting, people rushing. Jonah stands at the door of a taxi, collecting money. Jonah, shouting stage. Stage. 2 left to town. Fast, we go. Sandra enters, carrying her handbag. She looks tired but composed. She boards Jonah's taxi. Their eyes meet briefly. Sandra quickly looks away. Jonah, softly, almost to himself, she's different. He collects money from other passengers. When he reaches Sandra, he smiles kindly. Jonah, don't worry. I won't overcharge you. Sandra, smiling slightly, thank you. Montage scene with dim light transitions, repeated rides, Jonah and Sandra exchanging smiles, brief chats. Soft background music plays. Narrator/voiceover, a day turned into weeks. Sandra found herself looking for Jonah's taxi, while Jonah secretly waited for her to board. Something unspoken grew between them. It's evening. Rain sound effects. Sandra stands under shelter at the park, shivering without an umbrella. Jonah sees her. Jonah, removing his jacket, you'll catch a cold. Take this. Sandra, hesitant, why are you so kind to me? Jonah, gently, because you deserve kindness. Not everything in life is about money. Sandra looks into his eyes. A moment of silence. They smile. Lights fade slowly. Treat setting. Sandra and Jonah sit eating Rolex and laughing. Sandra, laughing, you, the taxi conductor, eating roadside food like a king. Jonah, teasing, and you, the queen, eating like a villager. They laugh. Pause. Jonah looks at her seriously. Jonah, Sandra, sometimes life is not what it seems. Would you still care for me if I wasn't who you thought I was? Sandra, confused, what do you mean? Jonah, quickly changing subject, of nothing. Let's eat before it gets cold. They continue laughing. Lights fade. Taxi drives off. Lights dim. Grand Hotel ballroom. Music, chatter, elegant people in gowns and suits. Sandra enters with her friend, amazed by the luxury. Friend, Sandra, that's Governor Mwanga, the richest man in the state. Governor Mwanga enters with Jonah, who is now in a fine suit. Sandra freezes, shocked. Sandra, to herself, Jonah. Later, Jonah approaches her away from the crowd. Jonah, nervously, Sandra, please listen. I never meant to deceive you. I'm Jonah Mwanga, the governor's son. I disguised myself as a conductor to learn about life outside wealth. But what I feel for you, it's real. Sandra, hurt, so all this time, you are lying to me. Jonah, desperate, no. Everything I showed you was real. The laughter, the care, the love, it was me, not the money. Long pause. Sandra takes a deep breath. Sandra, is softly, Jonah, I fell in love with your heart, not your father's name. Whether you are a conductor or a governor's son, you are still the man I love. Jonah holds her hands. Lights soften, romantic music rises. Spotlight on Jonah and Sandra holding hands center stage. Governor Mwanga and the crowd watch approvingly from a distance. Governor Mwanga, smiling to himself, at last, my son has found love, not through wealth, but through truth. Sandra and Jonah embrace. Lights fade out slowly. Music ends with a hopeful note. In the busy taxi park of Kampala, love found its way through disguise and truth. And Sandra and Jonah proved that the heart sees beyond riches.